Hi, having a great day. You're watching J&G Entertainment, and for this video, I'm going over some news that today's Comic Con gave us because Marvel Animation had their own panel today for Comic Con, and they gave us a bunch of information on a bunch of things. What if season 2 and season 3, which I'm making a video with that, so subscribe for that. X-Men 97 and Freshman Spider-Man Freshman, which is also some other very interesting topic, which I'm also going to make a video off. But the topic of this video and the other information they gave us was over Marvel Zombies. So yeah, let's focus on Marvel Zombies. Marvel Zombies was first announced, I think, very late last year. I think it was November or December, was it? It was somewhere around that. So yeah, it was pretty late last year when it was announced, and we finally got more information on it. So Marvel Zombies will be an animated show, as pretty much guessed because it's on the comic book animated Marvel side panel. So yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, Marvel Zombies will be an animated show releasing on Disney Plus in 2024. When it's 2024, we're not exactly sure, but we can guess that it's probably gonna, or we can assume that it's probably gonna be in early 2024, since it came before the other show is gonna be released in 2024. So we're just here to assume that yeah, it's probably gonna be released in the first half of 2024. So yeah, it's still pretty far away though, but at least it's gonna be released in the first half and not in the second half. I think that's a pretty safe assumption. But what exactly is the story of this show? Well, this show will continue the story of the Zombies episode from What If, with one huge difference from that What If episode, and that is that this show, this Marvel Zombie show, will be rated TVMA, which is the TV equivalent of rated R if you were rating it by movie standards. So yeah, this is huge. This is a huge difference from the What If episode where it was TV-14 or the PG-13 version of TV, which you can tell they were holding back a lot, but it was still a good episode, but they were holding back a lot. Well, no, this one will be definitely TVMA, aka rated R, which means that they will show a lot of gore, which they promised a lot in the Comic-Con panel, which I'm super excited. This officially marks the first Disney Plus original series to be rated R, as the show will be debuting on Disney Plus on all countries, including the US, where usually there's not a lot of rated R content, and there has never been an original Disney Plus show that is rated R, or movie to be fair. So this will mark the first original content that will be rated R, and perhaps more will follow. Perhaps live action will follow, perhaps, or maybe it's just going to be animation. Who knows? Maybe Daredevil season 4, crossing your fingers, perhaps. Who knows? We'll see. We'll find out very soon, hopefully. But yeah, that's really exciting news that Disney Plus is finally kind of getting away from that PG-13 and finally giving us some rated R content that I think a lot of people really want. Anyways, continuing back with Marvel Zombies, in their Comic-Con panel, we got the first look at the characters included in each roster, including the survivors, which have 3 different groups within them, which is super exciting. I think all 3 different groups look awesome. And then the zombies, which is super exciting. The zombies are awesome. So let's take a look at them. Each one of them comes with like their images and character models and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna put the images right here on this side. So yeah, let's get started. So let me just go to the side so I can put the images right here. And let's get started with the zombie side, because come on, zombies, come on, who isn't excited to talk about zombies? So yeah, the zombie squads will include Zombie Wanda, who is definitely in this control after seeing Vision died from the What If episode. So I can't wait to see how Wanda is like super like crazy zombie version. You know, that's gonna be super awesome. We last saw her fight the Ultron, Infinite Ultron or whatever, or Ultimate Ultron. I don't know what it was, but the What If finale. I don't know what happened to her, but clearly she's back. So yeah, I'm super excited. I think she's gonna be super awesome as like going crazy zombie. Super awesome. Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is somebody who I really found surprising, but it's quite an interesting pick since she can phase through objects and turn invisible, and I think it's going to come in very handy from zombie person. I think it's going to make up for some very cool zombie kills, you know, whenever she turns invisible and then ends up like biting somebody or something. That's going to be super awesome, so I definitely see a lot of potential with her. Also, Hawkeye, which we saw as a zombie in What If, and you know, he's really cool. He's really good at hunting down people, so yeah, I think it's going to be super cool. I think it's going to be really scary for the survivors. So Hawkeye zombie has an approval, as well as we'll see Abomination as a zombie, which is something really interesting. Last time we saw Abomination was in Shang-Chi, if I'm right, so that's really interesting, and he's supposed to be in She-Hulk, but we'll see how this Abomination we got the zombie thing. That's really cool. I think Hulk also got it in the What If episode, so there's not going to be a Hulk versus Abomination, which is super interesting. So yeah, Abomination got it. That's kind of cool. We'll see what they do with that. I'm very curious. Captain Marvel also seems to got it, which is also super cool and super interesting. Like, whoa, Captain Marvel, she's like super strong. I don't know how the survivors are supposed to beat the zombies, to be honest. I'm like, whoa, the zombies team is super overpowered, especially Captain Marvel and Wanda. They're super overpowered. And then we got half of Captain America, the top half, which, as you remember the What If episode, Bucky kind of sliced Captain America in half with the shield as he fell off the train. Well, he's still alive as a zombie, you know what I mean? Only his first half is alive though, so yeah, that's really interesting. And then we have a shadowy figure, as you can see in this image right here, and the very background behind Ghost and Hawkeye and to the side of Wanda, and we don't really know who that is. part of me thinks that it looks like a Skrull because of the little 2-point ears that he has. I really think it looks like a Skrull, like a huge Skrull, which is super interesting. And they do have Skrulls in this show, as I'm going to be going over in later images. So there's a huge reason for that it could possibly be a Skrull. However, it could also be Thanos, because Thanos was like the last cliffhanger that we saw from the What If episode with the Infinity Stones, if you remember right from this image right here. So it could be Thanos, but it doesn't really look like Thanos. It looks more like a Skrull. Who knows who it is, but it definitely seems to be a huge threat. Continuing over, as you can see in this image, this is the Survivor Squad. And the Survivor Squad will include some really cool characters, but they really seem to be drifting a lot towards Phase 4, because this Survivor Squad includes Yelena, which is a new fan favorite ever since Black Widow, and now Hawkeye. She was super awesome. I absolutely love her, and I am so happy that she's here because Yelena is super awesome. If Florence Pugh can return to voice the character, or like that's gonna be super awesome, I'm gonna love it. I will also include Kate Bishop in this thing, another new fan favorite from Hawkeye who hasn't appeared in the MCU since then, but I'm super excited to see come back. And Yelena and Kate Bishop, after they bonded together a lot in Hawkeye, I'm very excited to see them work together again against zombies. Nonetheless, it's gonna be super awesome. I want to see that team up again very bad. Then we have Jimmy Woo, which is somebody that I found very surprising. He has like this super cool outfit as well. Like Jimmy Woo is always dripping, you already know what I mean. And he has the card tricks, always showing off those card tricks. Jimmy Woo, an absolute meme that made it to the show somehow, and I'm super excited to see how he uses them. Hopefully he gets a cool zombie kill with some cards or something, because that would be such a Jimmy Woo boss move. So yeah, I think it's super awesome. And then we have Shang-Chi with this super cool outfit. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Winter Soldier from whenever he was in the Black Panther post-credit scene, with kind of like the side thing, and he looks like he has the 10 rings. So yeah, I'm super excited to see some fight scenes with him, you know, martial arts and everything. And then the 10 rings, he's gonna be a beast in the field. So yeah, I'm super excited to see Shang-Chi and Jimmy Woo and Shang-Chi have been friends together since they were like Asian representation for the MCU. That's gonna be super awesome and super great for the Asian representation as well. So yeah, fully support them to become friends, and hopefully that happens in the MCU as well, without it being like in the What If universe. Then we have Kamala Khan, aka Ms.Marvel, whose Disney Plus show just ended in a really strong note. The finale was really awesome, and the show itself overall I thought was really nice. So I think Ms.Marvel is in a really nice spot, and the fact that she's already appearing here is super awesome. I know for a fact Iman Bilani is gonna have to come back to voice her because she's such a hardcore fan. How could she not? You know what I mean? So she definitely is gonna come back, which I'm so excited to hear her voice her character, because she's super awesome in the role. And I'm just excited to see more of her powers, how she fights with zombies, especially since she's a kid. She's still in high school. I'm very excited to see how she deals with it. She's kind of similar to Spider-Man in some sense. So I'm very excited to see how that all works out. And I'm just excited to see some more Kamala, since she's such a brand new character, and I really loved her own show. Then we have the Death Dealer from Shang-Chi. I wonder if it's the same one that he went against in Shang-Chi, or if it's a different one, since that one died in Shang-Chi. I don't really know. But no matter what, I think that that's super awesome. We're gonna have a lot of hand-to-hand combat, and he has those knives, which is super cool, which was on that fight scene from Shang-Chi, and that's gonna be amazing. And then we have Red Guardian, somebody who I also did not expect in this roster. But like I said, this team seems to be focusing a lot on the Phase 4 thing. So as you can see, Red Guardian's here from Black Widow, and I'm super excited to see him. Also a character that I did not think we're probably gonna see again for a long time, and maybe just by very little. So to see him here is super awesome, to just see him like have more time, especially with Yelena. I'm very curious to see how they cope with Natasha's death. I think it's gonna be super awesome. And you know, I'm curious to see how he plays with other MCU characters, to be honest. I think he could be a really cool character. He has the super soldier serum, and you know, he thinks he's like a Russian Captain America. That's super awesome to me. So yeah, can't wait to see how he fights zombies. And then lastly but not least, we have Katy from Shang-Chi, which is also super interesting, the fact that she made it to this roster, since she doesn't have any superpowers or anything. She's just kind of there. She's just kind of Shang-Chi's best friend. Also a really cool character though. I think she's kind of learning archery, so maybe she can have some lessons with Kate Bishop perhaps. Who knows? But yeah, I think that's going to be super awesome to just have her there with Shang-Chi again. That's super awesome. Also, I just realized Kate Bishop's in this team, Hawkeye's in the other team. Maybe that's gonna hurt Kate Bishop a lot, you know what I mean? Poor Kate Bishop. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. Then another Survivor squad that they have, like I said, there's like different Survivor squads. That's probably gonna be the main Survivor squad, the superhero Survivor squad. Then there's another Survivor squad formed of former Black Widows, which will also be working together to survive, as you can see in this image. And yeah, I think that's pretty cool. You know, former Black Widows. Maybe that's like Red Guardian gets involved, or Yelena gets involved in this show. And I think it's super awesome. Maybe that's just to add more extra kills in the zombies. You know, you can't kill all the main heroes within the first episodes. So what if you add like more people for them to get killed? Well, here you go. Former Black Widows, which I think can put up a really strong fight. So yeah, I'm really excited to see how former Black Widows work. Since this former Black Widow idea got introduced in the Black Widow movie, I've always been like, oh, I wonder how they're gonna play around with it. Well, they seem to be playing around with it a lot with Shang-Chi, and now this would like them be like fighters and super cool characters that survive everything. I think that's pretty cool, and I can't wait to see how they fight against zombies. Yet, most interestingly of all, we saw this image right here, the one on the side, of a biker gang of Skrulls, which also seems to have survived the zombie apocalypse at a gas station. Probably maybe putting gas on their bike or something. I don't know, but that's super interesting. Something that we did not expect at all. Why is there Skrulls in this show? It seems like they're setting like the secret invasion type of thing from different kind of shows to just kind of like put it back a little bit. And that's why I said that I think that maybe that one other extra super huge zombie from this image right here earlier in the video could have been a Skrull, because he really does look like a Skrull due to the ears and everything that it kind of the shadow seems to kind of have. Just a form of the shadow kind of looks like a Skrull, and it is possible because, as you can see in this image, Skrulls will be part of this show. So that's really cool. I'm very excited to see how they play around with these Skrulls. Are they going to be good guys? Are they going to be bad guys? Are they going to scroll up as zombies? Are they not? Are they going to scroll up as good characters? I have no idea. I'm very curious. But I think that the fact that they're introducing this show and they're kind of having them here just opens the world of possibilities, and I really can't wait to see how they play around with Skrulls, because they have, shape-shifting abilities are so strong. So let's see how this works. Honestly, I'm very curious. And just a refresher from last thing we saw from the What If episode, last thing we saw was that the Mind Stone could cure zombies, and it was in the hands of Scott's head because he was like in the jar, Spider-Man, aka Peter Parker, and T'Challa, who were heading to Wakanda, right where zombie Thanos was also heading, with all the stones but the Mind Stone, as you can see from these two images right here of Thanos and T'Challa, Spider-Man, and Scott's head with the Mind Stone. So yeah, that was the last thing. That was where the cliffhanger ended lastly. So we'll see how they end up fixing that around, and how we get these new survivor teams and these new zombies. I'm very curious, but overall, that's like super awesome. Oh, and I forgot one last zombie to mention. I almost forgot it. Oh my god, I'm so glad I remember right now. We also have Ikaris zombie. Oh my god, look at this image, bro. He looks awesome. I really like his design, to like how his side is kind of like, they show like the robot side of him, since the Eternals aren't really humans, they're kind of robots, and they show that from his ripped side. That's so awesome. That's super cool. I don't know how he technically could turn into a zombie, but I'm not complaining because he looks super awesome, and I just can't wait to see kind of like a Superman version of zombie. I mean, that's awesome. Laser eyes and everything included, flight and everything. That's going to be super awesome. If only they could add Adam Makari into a zombie mix too, and I would be super excited for the zombie. But yeah, overall, zombies look awesome. Survivor Squad looks awesome. Tell me what you think about it down in the comments. I'm definitely very curious which character you're more excited to see. I'm personally very excited to see Yelena and Ms.Marvel and Shang too. All of them are super exciting. And Ikaris as a zombie honestly sounds awesome. And of course, more Wanda as a zombie. Come on, that's going to be super awesome. And Captain Marvel, super interesting as well. So yeah, but tell me your own thoughts down in the comments. What are you most excited to see? Are you very excited for this show? What's your high level for this show? Are you happy that this show is going to be rated R? I'm very curious. Tell me all down in the comments. I'm really curious. I would definitely make sure to read them and respond. As well as just leave a like if you enjoyed this video. It would be very helpful. So please leave a like. It took a lot of effort to edit this video and everything. So please leave a like. And lastly, please make sure to subscribe for longer content. What If Season 2. I already reacted to I Am Groot teaser trailer, and of course this video, as well as a bunch of other content that's going to come from Comic-Con panel tomorrow, where they announce a bunch of Marvel stuff and a bunch of DC stuff. So yeah, definitely make sure to subscribe for that content that I'm sure you're not going to want to miss. Probably truly reactions and everything. So yeah, make sure to subscribe for other content. You definitely want to be subscribed during Comic-Con. Trust me, you're going to love it. So yeah, subscribe. And yeah, that's your first video. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great rest of the day. And this is Jay from Entertainment. Out.